Lekker sonblok.
Lekker, ne? We're feeling on a be on that boat just now, freaking fighting and fishing in the branding sun.
Exactly.
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 So Anthony just looked into a fish on the margins. And he's dropping in between the grass, and now he's got to contend with fighting the fish in that grass as well. But it's still so much fun.
The wade wel behaal is sien Sie.
9.5 forward.
That's a start.
Nicely well done, buddy. That's our first Roodekoppies carp.
Alright.
But we are confident that much bigger will be coming out during the course of the next few days.
Yeah, and this one was caught right on the margin. One last look. This beauty. Turn around so I can get it up.
Guys, I just want to speak to you about the importance of perseverance and passion. Right next to me, he has a young lad. His name is Gerard. He's 17 years old. He's getting entry into the specimen industry right now. He's very passionate. We've been watching him for the last 6 days. Yeah, they arrived 3 days prior to what we did, and he's been working really hard at it. And we're just going to show you how it's paid off for him. En before we do that, kan jy net vir ons sê in Afrikaans, hoe voel jy nommer 1 en nommer 2, wat het jy gedoen om hierdie vis te kry?
Dit was skrikwekkend om die vis te sien. En eerste is groot. Ek het gebewe en alles.
Yes.
En om te vang moet jy maar baie moeite insit en uithou. Maar uithou is die beste.
Dis hy, uithou.
En dan dit help altyd om uit te hou en dan kry jy maar die vis.
Presies, ja.
En ja, dit is my eerste 40 pond.
Nou 40 pond is 18.2 kilos, is 40.04 pond. Baie geluk seun. En jy gaan nog baie groot dinge doen in die industrie. En hoe moeilik was dit vir die water met al die watergras, die floating watergrass?
Dit was regtig moeilik. Ek moes baie effort insit om die watergras af te haal, om alles af te kry.
Exactly.
Ja.
Maar
dit
het afgepyn, né?
Ja, nee,
baie mooi. Wys gou vir die viewers. And there you have it. Persistence and a passion for the game, and you will be rewarded with these kind of fish, even through all the obstacles and all the elements that get in your way. This is what pays off. This young lad is so happy and so chuffed, and he's got a 40-pounder. Let's dunk him. Dis hy. Kom ons draai hom sommer terug na hierdie kant.
Jy moet hom weer 'n soen gee, né? Jy kan nie 'n vis laat gaan en jy het hom nog nie 'n soen gegee nie.
Ja, dit is mooi.
Daar loop sy.
Back on the bite, guys. Finally. Whoa. .5 kilos. Definitely not what we are here for. We're here for monsters, but a welcome sight after a serious number of days of drought with the cold front and also the spawning of the fish, which just took place a day and a half ago for 2.5 days. The fish are back on the bite, so yay, big one's coming.
There we go. That's 5 days of just darkness. There's no bites, nothing. Fish went into spawn, and this morning they just started picking up, started feeding in our area, and look at this beautiful carp. Not what we're after. This one was spot on 11 kilos. Not what we're after. We're looking for the much bigger boys, but they'll be here today still, I'm sure.
Right, guys and girls, after 5 days, literally 5 days of blanking nothing. We had 2 days of spawning. Obviously then the fish were completely off the bite, so we sat for them, and then another day after that, which was yesterday, then they started picking up at about night time. Anthony decided to move his lines into margins, and then we started getting small fish, 2 kilos, 3 kilos, and then one of about 5-6 kilos. And then from this morning on, they just started going. All our deeper rods that we fed like 5 days ago are now starting to pay off. And yeah, this is the result. This is the biggest one so far. It's 12.1 kilos. Still not what we're looking for. We want double this and bigger, but it's definitely beautiful fish, pristine Roodekoppies carp at 12.10 on the nose, which is always a welcome sight. Lovely fight. These fish really do live up to their name, but I think they call them the V6 carps here in Roodekoppies. We're looking for the V16 carps, and that's what we're here for. So we still got today, Saturday, and a little bit of Sunday to see what we can put together and what we can produce. But they're picking up now almost every hour on the hour. We're getting a run, so, and they're getting bigger and bigger. So let's see what we can do. Alright guys, I want to speak about this awesome piece of equipment here, this pod that I'm using. It's called the RVD stainless bankware. It's the global pod. It's the top of the line in their range. You know, and I've used a lot of pods. I've fished for the Sky pod, the Ranger pod, all very good pods. But this is the most stable pod I've ever used. Very, very, very stable. Once you've planted it wherever you're going to fish, it doesn't move for anything. He's finishing, he's engineering, it's just phenomenal. He's got he's even got this handy tool over here that basically it clips onto the pod or onto these little your tensioning screws, and they're all shaped in a lovely South African traditional rugby ball. And then this supplies you with this key, so it just basically locks onto there, and you can lock the pod as tight as what you wanted. But yeah, this thing it's got the extension legs as well, much like the Ranger and the Sky pod. So you can sky them up into the air. They are 800 mils, so it's just under a meter. And then he's got 600 mils, 400 mils, and I think he's got 200 mils as well. But yeah, you can see it's extremely stable. You cannot move this thing for anything. Definitely get all of Rian from RVD stainless bankware. The number should be appearing on your screen right now at the bottom. Give him a call and let him give you a quote to build you one of these pods ASAP. Well, there we go, 12.8 kilos on the second last day. We were actually going to leave today, and then we all decided and had a hard-ring that we're going to stay another day to see if we can pick up the real biggies. So another welcome sight for the morning, but we are hoping for something much bigger. Getting bigger and bigger by a kilogram each time with each run, so that is very, very good news. Thank you so much. We're looking for your grandmother and grandfather, but a welcoming sight nonetheless. Beautiful specimen. Look at these gold flakes on top here. Absolutely phenomenal fish in this lake, and we need something double the size, so we decided to stay an extra night because the fish seem to be on the bite now, and if they get bigger by a kilo every time, then by tomorrow morning, thank you very much, we should be into the upper 20s, hopefully. Yeah, what a sight, eh? How's that thing 13 kilos? Anyway, happy days. So as you can see, Roodekoppies is fast becoming or heading to the same direction as what Roodekoppies Dam is heading, or headed already. The hyacinth is overtaking this dam at a very, very fast pace as well. And this is our first time fishing here. I don't know what it was like before, but it's pretty bad at the moment. You can see it's all moving in. Look, it doesn't have massive islands. There's only one. This is like the biggest island that we've seen here in front of us. But as soon as it all starts gathering together, then it's going to become an island. It's going to be very difficult to get through. Like this is still, you can still maneuver, you can still drop lines, and you can still go fight fish on the boat without too much hassles. But as soon as it overcrowds you, then you're under pressure. This is what it's basically been like for most of the time that we've been here. And myself and Anthony were sitting around the fire the other night, and we were joking about how our fishing has become like a live video game, because the levels just keep getting more and more difficult. The better you get at the sport or at the game, the more difficult the levels are getting, and that's a fact. Every time we go, we're just encountering so many more obstacles to work through. So it takes you like 3-4 days to get into a zone where you actually onto the fish, you've worked out your paths through the grass, because we're not just contending with the hyacinths on top of the water. We are contending with the water grass on top, which basically wraps around your line. And that, once it's wrapping around your line and you're busy fighting a fish, it's a story. Because if your leader comes through and that stuff comes through at the same time in your front eye, you can't reel anymore. You actually have to put the rod down, get that off. And that's how people drop fish. That's how you lose fish. Ali vis op We've been here for 7.5 days, or 7 full days, and only the last 3 days really produced. Some good results, nothing that we were looking for, but we caught some nice fish. Probably about 9, I think maybe 9 or 10 fish, all over 10 kilograms. Biggest 2 being 13, here's one of them here, which picked up last night. For the first time, we had 2 fish out in the evening, whereas all the prior evenings we didn't even have 1 bite, except for 2 o'clock in the morning, but very small one. So this one and another fish we just weighed now was 10 kilos. Sorry, no, 10.8, almost 11 kilos. And they both came out last night on 1 rod. But yeah, it's been a great session. It's been a great time. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for always supporting us. We do appreciate it more than you know. And we want to thank our Father up in heaven for everything, for all of this. Would not be possible without him. And we always just praise him and say thank you for everything that you do for us on a daily basis. So let's just have a look at this beauty. She's a female, full of spawn. Like I said, we went through 3 days of spawn, and that's when the fish basically went off the bite. It was only the smaller fish that were spawning, you know, those 8, 9, 10 kilograms, they were spawning. The upper ones weren't. And as you can see, this one's still full of spawn. She'll be dropping her eggs very soon. But there you go, this is the end of the session. We still got lines out. We've got about a few hours, 3-4 hours before we actually pull the lines out, so maybe we'll have something a little bit bigger to say goodbye with. But for now, thanks very much.